Welcome back to the place where we make your dreams a reality. Well, at least in the kitchen. Welcome back to Afternoon Express right here on S3. Now try this prawn pasta smothered in a creamy garlic sauce. Mouth-watering? Tick. It'll definitely make your food dreams come true. Tick. Chefs, I'm so excited. This is like one of my favorite meals.
Look, we decided since Chef Chart went to Thailand, we then want to give people a bit of an international feel. People are talking about dreams coming true. So let's travel with our senses. So we decided to make a creamy Tuscanese style pasta. Like this pasta is going to basically blow your mind. It's a prawn pasta. And Chef, you're on prawn duty.
Oh, I tell you, prawns, absolutely one of my favourites. And actually, talking of, everyone's talking about my trip, which I was very fortunate to experience. Fresh prawns, you cannot beat it. Unfortunately, in this part of the world, we only ever get frozen prawns. But let me tell you, fresh prawns is another whole sort of thing out there.
Magnifique.
But yeah, we got some lovely prawns that we've cleaned for you. By all means, you can cook them with their heads on. But what you want to try and remove is the intestinal tract that runs down the back of the prawn here. So this is what we call sort of butterfly. So we've peeled them. And then we've run a knife just very gently along the back. Let the knife do the work, glide it through, and you'll see sometimes it's clear and sometimes you can see the sort of the food of what it's been eating.
Yeah.
It can be red, it could be green, it could be black in color. It chops and changes. You just want to sort of fish that out. Excuse the pun, but just pull that out, and there you have lovely, clean prawns to go. So it just takes away the bitterness from the prawns.
No, definitely see what you did there. But yeah, when it comes to prawns and preparing them, besides cleaning them, when it comes to how hot your pan is and how can you just put them in from frozen or?
So you can cook them from frozen, but remember what it's full of? It's full of water content. So you actually want to try and remove that water content. So, put them into the fridge overnight, allow them to thaw completely. Yes, if you're in a rush, we submerge them in water. Not ideal, but there are ways and means of that as well. But to me, what's really important is how you cook them.
Yeah.
Now, I've got this pan on already, and it's lovely and hot. Prawns, quick, short, sharp, fast, furious.
Heat.
That's the golden rule. So onto there, we're going to add a little bit of oil, and you can probably see it starting to smoke, and you can look at that. I'm happy with that. Now what I'm going to do is also add in some butter.
Yeah.
Now, butter, because the butter is going to give some lovely flavour, that sort of voluptuous kind of note. But I've got the oil in there that's going to stop my butter browning. How about that? Or burning, should I say.
Okay.
Because the temperature of oil is much higher than butter. So you're getting a happy medium. I'm getting the flavour of butter. I'm not burning the butter. I'm getting the temperature of oil, but not just getting the flavour of oil.
Oh, got you. Okay.
And
wow.
to that, what we're going to do is just sort of quickly just slice up some garlic and just add this to the pan, and this is going to sort of flavour the butter and oil mixture.
I'm loving it. It's sounding incredible already. I can see this kind of combination in so many different applications, but we are creating a pasta.
Yes, we are, my friend. And what I've already done is I've started with the basics. We've got our onions that have already started sauteing in there. And into this, I've just added some sun-dried tomatoes. If you talk about the signature Tuscany flavors, those peppers, the tomatoes, basil, if you wanted to, could definitely go in here as well. But what we're doing is we're keeping it very simple this time. We're just getting all those flavors of it, but also just making sure you get that punchy flavor of Tuscany in this pasta. Yeah. So I've already gone in, added my sun-dried tomatoes, and then I'm going to actually just start layering those flavors. So we're going in with our spinach, and then basically just let it wilt down. And then once it's wilted down, we'll start adding, those layers. We've got our cream as well as our Parmesan. Chef, I'm not sure what else you would want to add into a dish like this, just to amp it up a bit.
Well, yes, there's lots of things. We've got the tomatoes going on there, so you've got a wonderful bit of acidity, a little bit of sweetness coming through. These are sweet, they're profile.
Yeah.
So, again, I don't always overcomplicate things. Keep it really simple. When you get to travel like the likes of Italy, it's amazing how simple things are. I was talking to somebody just the other day. Literally, you'll be served at a restaurant tomato with a little bit of salt and pepper and some really good olive oil.
Yeah.
Now, if we gave that to someone in South Africa, and we're talking about it, if we served that in a restaurant in South Africa, they'll tell us, are you mad? I'm not coming to pay for some tomatoes and oil.
Where's the money going?
If you check my prawns, I've put them in this hot pan. Remember, I've got them in a pan. I've kept them at room temperature for about half an hour or so.
Yeah.
So I don't drop in the heat of my pan. I'm keeping it hot. Okay. Cook in small batches. Don't smother it and, chuck the whole bowl of prawns in there. Watch it cook up the side, and you can start to see it changing colour there.
It is already changing colour. It's already starting to take that C shape. I remember in so many of our masterclasses, we say size is everything. Use all of your senses to kind of estimate whether a dish is almost done. So colour, you want that kind of pinky colour on the prawn, and you want that C. Dumi, you already have a taste tester for me. The prawn was so simple to kind of cut through, and the creaminess that you've promised, you've definitely packed it into the pasta.
Yeah.
So the proof is in the pudding.
Absolutely.
The proof is in the pudding.
I've got my heat off now. That residual heat is just going to finish cooking the prawns. That's it.
I'm liking that you're talking about that, Chef, because I've done the same. I've also switched off my heat, because another mistake that people do when cooking a creamy pasta is that you cook it too long, where the milk solids basically cook away, and now all you're left with the oil is the fat in there, and you don't want that. You still want that beautiful creaminess. So I've just turned it down, and if you're running a risk of perhaps seeing that your sauce is reducing too quickly, turn down the heat. You've got your reserved pasta water. Add that in there just to help tie it through. Then at the very end, Chef, you'll just chuck your babies in there.
I've always wondered, you know, what I was doing wrong, because I do love to experiment in the kitchen, and my partner's learning how to cook, yo. What a journey it has been. And this is actually something that we did whip up as well. But for me, in the pan, it was so nice and creamy.
Yeah.
But as soon as I took it out, I just felt like it was now more fat than cream.
Too far. Yeah. So the idea is, don't make it too thick. Don't let it reduce too far. Give it time. If it still looks saucy, perfect. Don't want to get it too far, because then it becomes fat.
Keep it short, sharp, quick, simple, and done. And you have a beautiful dish.
Chef, my prawns, man.
Oh, all right.
Super exciting. I definitely feel like my passport has gotten yet another tick all the way to Tuscany. Well, stay tuned for some in the cloud mocktails. I'm looking forward to that, but I did say I came hungry, so let me keep eating. Keep going, guys, keep going.